Guys, welcome back to Strong Successful Male. So for today, I'm going to go over a story titled Never Understood How My Ex-Girlfriend Can Treat Cheating as a Normal Thing. And guys, this is a story about a guy who was with his girlfriend for a number of years, and lo and behold, COVID happens, and one thing leads to another, and he finds out that, no surprise there, she was cheating on him, right, with some other guy. Obviously some other guy. And the main point of this whole story is, guys, which I'm going to get into, is you're going to find out this guy, he was doing what a lot of guys do when they think they're in love and they got the perfect girl and everything. He starts helping her financially. He starts paying with her bills and giving her money for her rent and all these other things, okay? Because he figures, hey, we're going to end up together. I'm going to be a provider anyway, so she's my girlfriend, so I can do it now. That debt justifies it. And this is a mistake a lot of guys make. And unfortunately, you're going to see, how does she thank him for his help and being a good boyfriend trying to help her? By cheating on it. And this situation probably wasn't the first time. One really has to ask, because they were together for it looks like 5 years or something like that, maybe even more. But yeah, he's been helping her out all this time with money and all that. And all that money he was helping her with, he could have saved, put away, invested, and grown to have a good life for him, but he gave it to her, and she could just give a crap. So the big lesson from this whole story, aside from, the whole, you just unfortunately can never really trust anybody, you really got to watch your back, is that, guys, you never give money to anybody, okay? Your girlfriend, you guys do relationships, she gets into financial trouble as an adult in a world where, guess what, women can do anything a man can do, right? She can find a way to take care of herself. Okay, she's old enough, she's an adult, she has resources, she has the options to take care of herself. It's not your job to do it, okay? And do not make that mistake, guys. Let me go into this here, and you're going to see what I'm talking about. He says, so my D-Day was around 7 months ago. I, 35 years old, met my ex-girlfriend, who's 27, in 2014. We made it official in 2015. I found out that she suddenly deactivated her Instagram account without telling me in late 2019. And I only found out when I tried to forward a post to her and I couldn't find her account. When I confronted her, she told me that she did it because she felt harassed by her work friend's friend, let's call him X, that has been tagging her and kept trying to hit on her. I'd known about this X since a couple months prior when we went to a social gathering on one of my ex's work event. He refers to this guy as X, and he's referring to his ex-girlfriend as X. Okay, this is a little confusing, but I'm just going to read what he wrote, and I'll just point that out here. He met the guy at a gathering for his ex-girlfriend's event prior to COVID. He said, I told my ex that I was speaking to that guy to tell him to back off. However, his ex-girlfriend stopped me, saying that it's not worth it, and X didn't want me to create any drama among her work friends, so I relented. How interesting. Then COVID happened, and in March, my ex told me that she had been laid off and needed to move back to her hometown due to the lack of funds, and I was not able to help her that time because I was in the middle of renovating my home. He says in parentheses, I paid her rent and bills when she first moved to the city and hadn't found work. It's not your job, man. Big mistake. My ex-girlfriend refused to move in with me because I lived in the suburb and her old place was in the center of the city, and we lived 50 minutes apart. So we were apart for a few months until May, when I had finished renovating and had some funds to help pay for her apartment. Wrong. Some people got to learn the hard way. It is interesting that this is his girlfriend, and she obviously wasn't living there, couldn't pay the bills. He said, hey, you can come live with me. She doesn't want to do that. Does that sound like somebody that you're going to be... He'd been with her for 5 years, and she doesn't want to come live with him? Something a little strange there. Pay attention to the red flags, gentlemen. He says, while we were apart, I found her to be quite distant and cold. She went out often, despite COVID, and still awake in odd hours like 3 a.m., 4 a.m. At first, I dismissed my thoughts because I thought she was depressed and stressed. But these activities continued even after she went back to our town. One day I was hanging at her place when she was taking a bath, and her phone was blasting with chats. So out of curiosity, I opened her chat to see who was chatting with her, and I found a barrage of nudes from X being sent to her. This is the guy that she was she claimed that she shut off Instagram because this guy was harassing her. Big surprise, she's having a fling going on with that dude. Barrage of nudes from ex being sent to her, with a text saying, "I can't wait to see it tomorrow." My body went numb and my mind went blank. I was fuming, so I tracked back to her previous chats with this guy and found out that they had been exchanging nudes since 2019. I took pictures of the chats and nudes, then I told her I had emergency issues at work that I needed to attend. He says I work in the medical field, so she knows sometimes I'm needed in a certain situation. I guarantee you that he ran out the door and she's thinking that, okay, he's going to do some work thing. And I guarantee she grabbed that phone and probably started texting away with this guy because she knows, hey, he's gone. When I got back, I cried like a little baby. Part of me thinking that I should fight for her, part of me just hurt, real hurt. You see, my previous relationship also ended with me getting cheated on, so experiencing it again really stung me in the most hurtful place. That sucks. I feel bad for the guy, but it's very likely that the guy, the same mistakes he was making with this girlfriend, he was probably making with the other one, which led to the other one cheating on him and her cheating on him. Not that I'm saying that's okay. Let me make that clear. But guys act a certain way and women see it as weakness or turns them off, and they, in some situations, they'll cheat. Or guys like this will attract a certain type of woman into his life, and this type of crap happens. And until the guy learns where he's going wrong and starts changing his behavior, the cycle will continue. So I try to share these stories, guys, so that you guys can learn from these guys' bad experiences so you don't make the same mistakes and get burned and deeply hurt like these guys. He goes on. In the morning, I opened my chats with her to see all our previous chats. I opened our pictures together, trying to find a reason not to throw this relationship away, until I stumbled upon our Instagram chats. I never deleted my chats with her. Lo and behold, her Instagram profile picture was there, but I couldn't find her open her profile. Then it clicked. She blocked me. This woman had me blocked on her Instagram with the guise of deactivating her Instagram. I made her another account to stalk her Instagram, and yes, her Instagram was active and was not put into private. I saw all her pictures, all her parties, stories, and yes, lovely picture of her kissing X in the mouth, which was taken not too long ago. Damn, can you imagine that? You're thinking you got this great girl and all that, and you're trying to help her, and you're paying her bills, and trying to be the great boyfriend, and find out all this shit's going on. Then you can't get to her Instagram, and then find out she's blocking you, and she has pictures of her partying and making out with some dude. I mean, you want to talk about some nerve. I mean, she's just begging to be caught. I mean, I don't know how somebody that didn't know him saw this and told what she was doing and told him. It's amazing it went this long, but God, she just doesn't give a shit. It says here, something snapped in me and I was no longer feeling sad. All I felt was indifferent. I took pictures of her Instagram and deleted everything I had about her on my phone, laptop, everything. I sent her a text asking her to meet up, and when I met, I just showed her the pictures I took on her phone and Instagram. Straight told her that we are done. I don't know her anymore. I don't owe her anything. And I left. I blocked her anywhere that had connected me to her, told my parents and relatives to ignore her calls. Well, good for this guy. Very good. And you're going to see that she's not going to go away so easily here. But imagine that situation where he shows up and, hey, look at these pictures. And she has to see all the pictures that she's been posting and the conversations. That'd be an interesting conversation. He says, I couldn't ghost her because she knows where I live and work. So I just went to North Carolina and I went hard. Oh, no, I just went NC, no contact, and went hard. Mutual friends are trying to get me to forgive her, but I told them to stop contacting me about her or I will block them as well. So they backed off after that. That's good. It's always amazing where you have a situation where there's a breakup and somebody's doing somebody else wrong, whether the guy does the girl wrong or the girl does the guy wrong, because it goes both ways. And they break up. And then you got the friends and family that won't leave them the fuck alone, that you should try to give them another chance, get back together, even though they did awful shit to you. It just boggles my mind. And I think a lot of it has to do with the friends and family. They're thinking more about themselves. They don't like this thing in their life changing, because they're used to hanging out with these two people, going double dates and parties and all that. Or the family likes the girl, or the family likes the guy, and they didn't want to mess that up all again. It's crazy to me. He says, the reason I ran here was because last Valentine's Day, I got a text from her, and he says I switched from Android to Apple, and I only blocked her on my old phone, not on my new phone yet, where she, with all her audacity, asked for my help to pay her rent. Damn. No, sorry, no. Trying to explain things. Didn't bother to respond and blocked her again straight away. I just wondered how the hell did I fall in love with someone who didn't feel any remorse or guilt after cheating on me. If you're still here, thank you for reading my rant. Yeah, so after all that shit, he confronted her about that, and it's done. She still reaches out to him asking for money for rent. You know, but unfortunately, her actions reflect exactly the way she saw him, the way she perceived him. She perceived him as a weak guy, as a doormat. Okay, and that's why she not only did she treat him this way and stayed with him, but also wanting more money out of him. I guarantee that if he wasn't giving her money all along back before, they wouldn't have happened. And that would have been a good thing because he wouldn't have wasted his time, he wouldn't have wasted his money, and his life could have been so much better. But you know what? The guy said in the beginning of this article he's 35 years old, so guess what? His life is not over. Okay, he's still young. Now, I'm going to hope this guy really learns some major life lessons out of all this so that then, moving forward, he doesn't make the same mistakes again and can get his life in the right direction. But you never know. Some people just never learn. I'm hopeful. Now he's going to add some updates and answers to some questions and all that. He says, I'm overwhelmed and grateful for the support and comments I've received from this community. I just couldn't thank you guys and girls enough to explain some things. Number one, our mutual friends honestly didn't know about what my ex did because they were blocked as well. Okay. I did manage to explain to them about the reason that I broke up with my ex during a Christmas Zoom call. They understood and didn't mention her anymore after that, so I'm good with that. Okay, that's really good. I didn't know about that prior to reading this. That's really good. Once they heard what was going on, they backed the fuck off and supported him. One of my closest friends told me they wanted us to make up because they saw how happy I was with her when I was with her, so when I told him what my ex did, he almost went ballistic at her. I told him to drop it since I want to avoid any drama. All in all, I'm just fortunate that my ex didn't reach out to my family. They were a different story and I would like to avoid. Number two, some asked about Instagram. I have to admit that I suck and ignorant at the social media thing. I only know how to like, follow, comment, and post on Instagram. Unlike my ex, who is a heavy Instagram user. So when she said she deactivated her account, I believed her completely. Number three, some of you comment about me paying her rent and being an ATM, which I admitted was my fault since the beginning. The comment hit me hard, but it's the hard truth that I needed. I tried to, I guess, and I really wanted to make this relationship work, that somehow I'm blinded. I told myself that I would be her provider anyway when we got married, so it's okay for me to help her when she needed me. Well, somehow I managed to dodge the bullet unintentionally, so I guess that's a win for me. Hey, he's putting a silver lining on this shitty situation. You know, he realized that, hey, I could have married her, and then she would be entitled to half my shit after we said I do, and this crap would continue. So, but that's good. He's owning up to the fact that, yeah, basically I screwed up. I shouldn't have paid all her bills and all that. He's aware of that. So I'm going to imagine this guy would never make this mistake again. I'm hopeful. He goes on. I went on to find many words of encouragement, blah, 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 and he has a few more updates and information. Number one, what was my ex's response and excuses when I broke up with her? I didn't stay to hear her excuses, nor I was in a position where I wanted to know. All I had in my mind was to end it and leave. Whatever she said will never change the fact that she had broken my trust and had an affair. No explanation will fix or change that fact. Yeah, they didn't want to hear it. He's out of there. Done. It's over. There's no point listening to the bullshit. Because probably guarantee it was going to be more bullshit and gaslighting. Number two, how did she know my number on the new phone? He says, I retained my old number. He'd been using it for like 10 years when I switched from the Xperia to the Apple SE. She texted me through regular SMS because I had her blocked on my WhatsApp, and I had forgotten to block her number on my iOS because I had deleted her number previously. Somebody asked why I changed from Android to iOS. Well, it's just because I wanted to try an iPhone, I guess. The questions people ask. Who gives a shit why he changed his phone? Or whatever. Number three, about her refusing to move in with me when she said she was laid off. I know it should have been a red flag, but at the same time, I was trying not to be pushy about her moving in because I had thought she might be reacting badly if I insist. She doesn't drive and depend on me or her friends to go from one place to another, and since I'm mostly working, she told me that she wouldn't be able to go out with her friends or have anything to do if she moved in with me. I was always non-confrontational, and she was the type who hates it when someone forces her to do something that she doesn't want. Well, that's probably part of the problem, is the guy is passive, and guys that are your classic beta male types are very passive guys. They let shit slide. Now, I'm not saying going around being confrontational for the sake of being confrontational, but if there is an issue, you got to bring it up and stand up for yourself. And this guy clearly didn't do that and is not that type. But I'm hoping he will learn. He has to obviously handle that in future situations, because this guy, as much as he's obviously been hurt and burned, this guy's a relationship guy. It's just how he is. I can tell. And one day he's going to then, when he heals and all that, he's going to go for round 3. And I'm hopeful that he'll learn his lesson, and because the same situation may come back in his life that he's going to have to deal with. Hopefully he learns his lesson. Number 4, about her trying to get me back. I don't know how to respond to this, to be honest. I don't know whether I am mentally prepared to see her again or caught off guard meeting her. This is the worst scenario that could happen to me right now. Yeah, you don't get her back. She's trash. She's a liar. She's a cheater. She's a user. No fucking way. Number 5, I can't ghost her for obvious reasons, house and work. Since I can't ghost her, I just really hope that she won't come to my house or workplace. If she bothers you, you get a restraining order. You say, bother me again, you're getting a restraining order. If she bothers you anyway, get the restraining order. After 7 months, I really hope she won't ever show her face again. Again, thank you for your support and encouragement. It really made my day and reminded me that all will get better. Yes, it will all get better. As the saying goes, this too shall pass. I'm just hoping this guy learns his lesson. I really do. But as I said in the beginning of the video, guys, the most important lesson in this whole thing is, for you guys that do relationships and have girlfriends, do not give them money. Okay? Do not give them money to pay their bills, their car bill, the rent, the electric bill, whatever the hell it is. No. Okay? In the world of equality, and that women can do anything a man can do and all that stuff, they can find the resources if they fall into hard times themselves. They can go to their family, they can get a loan, who the hell knows? But the point is, it's not your problem. And so many guys do this whole white knight shit, and it comes back eventually to bite them in the ass. Don't be that guy, okay? And again, like I said, look how much this guy, all that money he gave her for rent and all those type of things, that could have been money he saved, invested, and grown. He'd have a much bigger nest egg. But he pissed it away on her. And what was his thanks? Her wasting years of his life, cheating on him, humiliating him, breaking his heart, and all that. So, guys, don't let that happen to you. But anyhow, that is it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you think about this. And be sure to like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe. And I'll catch you next time.